and welcome to another episode of the nftwins. Today we got a good one for you. This one is going to be a little bit different. Lucas and I are going to brainstorm ideas, or let's put it this way. We each actually found two business ideas that are interesting, crazy business ideas. We call them the drunk pre-workout ideas. And the other guy has to then explain the ideas. All right? Lucas, you ready?
Of course, I will try to explain as well as trying to make it work. So let's go. Hit me with your best shot, bro.
All right, I'm going to start off with the first one. I think it's not that crazy, but it's called Rent a Garden. So I think a rent a garden service is something that already exists in Germany. We call them Strebergärten. So either you have them, it's okay, for those people who don't know, it's for people that live in cities and don't have a garden themselves. They can go outside of the city, and there are these gardens, exactly, in the outskirts. There are these gardens that are maintained well, or you have it yourself and you maintain it, to go there to have barbecues, etc.
But I think they're known for two things. First of all, for amazing parties, so a lot of people are fucked up. And I don't know why, but older people like trying to grow their vegetables. So it's only those two things.
Well, all hippies that live on them, but technically I think you're not allowed to live there. But yes, so basically that's what they are, and I think it's a fucking cool idea. I also, ChatGPT came up with this idea, so thank you, ChatGPT. And I think this will work also in other countries, not only in Germany.
So, all right, let's imagine Barcelona, okay? So basically you would live in the city, but you could use a park. But if you really want to rent some space, you could use a public one. You would have to go to the outskirts. All right.
Barcelona is a good example, Lucas, because of the barbecue, right? In Barcelona itself, you cannot barbecue outside, right?
Well, technically, you're not allowed to do it on your terrace. But I think on rooftops, nobody gives a fuck. But yeah, that's true.
So that is a great opportunity for those people who just want to barbecue themselves, because there are these areas where you can rent a barbecue as well. But if you have a specific garden, because these usually are not that pretty, they're just like a place where you go.
Man, but it's cool though, man. It's like 100, like 50 to 100 people, and it's just like 30 barbecues, 40 barbecues. Man, that mood there, everybody dancing, Latin music blasting, shit is amazing. You're
but like, imagine you want a more private one, Lucas. If you imagine you want a more private one or something like that, I think that would be super, super cool, well maintained. Would be super cool, interesting to have. And I think the business model is very clear, right? You just rent it out to rich people,
right? But it is an interesting idea. I don't think might not be that profitable, to be honest, because like, first of all, like it needs to be easily accessible. People are going to be drunk, so driving, people in the city don't have cars, so you have to be close to a metro station or train station. It's an interesting concept, but I think we get better ones, Mark. I think we get better ones.
Oh, we do. All right. You go ahead.
All right, this is not a drunk pre-workout idea, but a general, I think it's a quite interesting one, is how AI can be implemented in SMBs, so small businesses, small to medium business size companies. So basically, there are two things. So, for example, a friend of us, he's running an e-commerce store, and one of the biggest factors of whether people make money or not is like whether they run out of stock or they have too much stock, right? Because if you have too much stock, so if you overstock, you have high costs, which reduces then also your margins, right? Especially in e-commerce where margins are relatively low, it's very, very important to run a tight ship. And AI can help there because it can basically just on real-time data analyze it, and then on trend analysis and say, hey, we need to reorder, etc. So I think that's a very, very cool concept for SMBs because actually,
so that doesn't exist right now.
First of all, I'm not in e-commerce, so I don't know. Probably.
But also the question is, for me, that would be a supply chain thing, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to be integrated in whatever they're using. Also, the thing is, I think it's very complicated because all these systems are probably not interconnected. A friend told us as well that his job was last time for his last e-commerce business. He was making sure, aligning that they're all. Well, he had 3 suppliers, and that all his suppliers talked to each other and then supplied them at the same time. Also, we have another friend who is currently building a backend. They have a pool company, like building pools, and they built also a backend so that all the suppliers, etc., are interconnected, which is also interesting. I guess it is a problem in a lot of spaces.
Yeah, especially if you work. Now you can also see it, for example, on weddings. Okay, this
Hmm.
startups already exist for a lot of years. But for example, to have an awesome wedding, what do you need? Like a photographer, you need a catering, you need musicians, all that stuff. And then like back in the day, there was not a platform where you can like you have to coordinate by like you needed an event organizer. There was no platform.
Yeah.
And then I think what was it? I think wedding planner. I think there's
Yeah.
like
I
an
mean, we
app.
talked about this in another episode already.
So yeah, basically it this I'm sure this will also be coming out for like supply chain, etc.
I think it will be
AI
down
based.
more niches though, right? I'm guessing that they are going to be niche by niche because the demands are so different in depending on what category you're in, right? A pool supply chain, let's put it this way,
Yeah.
is going to be much different than I don't know e-commerce, like I don't know, or
But that's my
something else.
question. For example, because in e-commerce you have different suppliers, right? So supplier one, two, three. So in
Yeah,
the
but the
pools you have similar.
Yeah, yes and no, but the thing is, it's going to be so. It's like the question is general versus niche, right? Who wins? And I think if you can have a 10x better experience, user experience, if you have a very niche down product.
Yeah.
So that's why I think so. I think that's also you can charge more. Like, this is perfectly for you.
That is true. Well, I mean, and the thing is, like, it's like a cookie cutter, right? You can just like, if you have it once, and then you can just
Exactly.
like promote it to a different niche. And the same is like another one that another idea for AI implementation for especially SMBs. So you're wondering right now, why am I talking about SMBs? So I just listened to a podcast on the one of the founders of HubSpot. And HubSpot was one of the first, actually one of the biggest and first successful companies who went only focused on SMBs, because like
Because
all
what
the
are
other ones,
SMBs for those listeners?
small to medium sized businesses. So and because like normally what people tend to do, or companies, they either go to directly see like customers, directly to customers, right,
Hmm.
B2C, or they go on enterprise, so like really high sales. But the problem is when you go to high enterprise, there's a the problem is that, for example, the one person has so much money that they put in on their project that they basically dictate your roadmap. Okay, so
Ah,
basically, so
okay.
you're losing the power to build your own roadmap because the client wants this, and you're like, this check is so big that you are willing to adjust your roadmap just for that one client, even though you have a completely different roadmap. And the same is for B2C. So like in B2C, the customers, like, they're so tiny. Like, first of all, most of them is free, so you can't really charge money. So you need to have a product that is viable to sustain itself without generating money
Hmm.
for the most part. So a lot of ideas won't work there. And SMB is the weird one in the middle where you're not can't charge too much. Um, yeah, he explained it very well, because I was just like, so yeah, why? Because the risk of, if you start, for example, SMB, that you will always go towards the enterprise value, because the values at the tickets are more and more, right? And you
So it's
want to,
more attractive for you.
yes, but also at the same time, if you are naturally, like, the natural law is that you move towards there. But the problem is, if everybody moves there, it's also more competition. So it's better just to stick in the SMB, which I thought
Hmm.
is was quite interesting.
That is super
And
interesting, actually.
yeah, this,
So, but
yeah,
they're still HubSpot is still SMB focused.
yeah, they're only SMB focused, exactly.
Hmm, that's nice.
Um,
Also, I mean, I the intro of the podcast is a little bit different, so I guess we are explaining our own ideas. We're not letting the other guy pitch, right? A little bit.
well, I mean, I just was so excited about it. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, go ahead,
All
pitch me
right,
yours.
all right, right,
But I
right.
have a different one. I have a different
Okay, okay,
one that
okay.
you can pitch me.
All right, all right.
I'm just telling you because I wanted to set the scene for the SMB, right?
Mm-hmm.
So another one would be a financial advisor for SMBs of AI based. All right, pitch me, pitch me that one. How could that
Man,
work?
these are so boring. Yours are not fun at all. So basically, an AI based financial advisor. Well, end of okay. SMBs, do they have to be in tech or just SMBs in general?
SMBs in general.
All
I
right,
mean,
so
software. I mean, we are basically software as a service, but of course, it can be also done for, because we talked about before, also supply chain,
yeah,
etc.
okay. Okay, the pitch would be this: this AI financial advisor will help you. optimize your either supply chain, or actually that would be super interesting if you also manage HR. Like it has an integration of all your people that you have hired, what are their roles, and then maybe because you're a little bit of a control freak, it also tracks the stats. And it's like, for example, if you have a coder who hasn't uploaded any code lately, then be like, there's a warning, my boy, and then boop, fires a guy out. So basically, it's not even your fault if you fire people because it's the AI. It's like optimizing for efficiency. How about that? So it's an HR tool that can fire, maybe hire as well on GitHub, whatever. No, we're not there yet. And but it's financial as well. So it also has an integration to all of the. Oh yeah, that's super cool. It has integration to your bank account, and then also it tracks. It can delete, but it cannot add. It tracks what you're spending your money on, and then if you haven't, then it tells you, hey, this is a subscription you used, but it's also not in your browser history in a long time. So thereby, it should also be canceled.
That for is on a personal level cool. For SMB, I was thinking more about. I like the pitch, good pitch, but think about taxes, bro. Like just all
Yeah.
that shit part about accounting
Fuck
and stuff
taxes.
like this. Man, every time you go to an accountant, besides our one here in Spain, is amazing.
Oh yeah, Dennis, oh boy.
Dennis, oh boy. But all the rest, man, Jesus Christ, you know, you always
Criminals,
just like
criminals.
you always think like, man, how badly am I gonna get ripped off today? And because you don't know, I mean, who fucking knows? And then it's like, oh, we have to do this and this. Jesus, always frustrating, not very transparent. So I think like an AI would be really, really nice, and that can just like take all your forms, put it in there, submit
Also,
your taxes for
accountants
you.
are not famous for being good with people. So
Yeah,
if you do that, if you
exactly.
make that smoother,
It's a
that's where
That's
the
actually a
money's
pretty
at.
good business idea. That's true. All right, Mark, that was not a junk pre workout, you know, because my pre workout was already kicking in. But all right, let's give me the name and then let
All
me
right.
try to pitch.
All right. So this one is called Extreme Climate Experiences. So you pay for that. Okay. Go for it.
And this is also with AI or without it?
No, it has nothing to do with AI, bro. That's
All
just
right,
no AI.
extreme climate experiences. So you're going. This is a trip to the North Pole or the South Pole, depending where you live, and then you're doing. Oof. Oh no, I have an even better idea. So, for example, in Scandinavia, what they normally do, or in winter, you go do this ice bath. I've seen also like about pitching. So basically, what could happen is you have to pitch your business idea in ice water, which is like extreme. Um, but as a business, ooh, that's well, maybe for not people who just like love the
All right.
experience.
If you need help, let me know. Okay.
All right,
Or if some guidelines. All
give me a
right.
little guidelines.
I'm just giving you an additional the basically the subheader. Extreme climate experiences in controlled environments.
Ooh, well, I mean, technically a sauna would be uh extreme climate because it's super hot, it's super controlled. So I'm like, could be a sauna business. But
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. All right, so I got this one line. I was like thinking, man, that'd be super sick for, let's say, thrill seekers. Because how cool would it be to be able to experience a blizzard, right? So think about a massive building that has subsections, right? One is a Sahara. There's literally sand in there, and you have this fucking part of it is like 50, 60 degrees, and literally at night it's cold as hell. So you can go tenting there. Like it's for people like adventurers, but they don't want to fucking spend money to go to Sahara, right? Fuck this. That's super far. Like you just look, there's a couple of grand, but you want to have the experience, right?
so you're telling me in the on the roof you have like stars because you can then basically see all the stars at night.
Yeah, bro. No, it's not even that. It's just like, bro, it gets even worse. Think about it. Sahara is one thing. Then think about a blizzard. So you have that fucking 60, like minus 40, whatever, and you put the fucking wind on fucking 9. So I have like 40 kilometers an hour or something wind. You actually can simulate blizzards, etc. And this one would also not only be cool for like for experience in general to experience this, because man, have you ever look, we have been to Canada in the winter when it was minus 36 and it was fucking windy.
Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Exactly. And that is cold, ladies and gentlemen. Like you have no idea. Like we had water driplets that were frozen on our eyelids. Our eyelids, that's how cold that stuff is. You have no idea how this feels. Imagine you could spend like $100 or $200 to experience that overnight camping in that experience, like a survival guide. You can have then also like a rainforest, all these kind of extreme conditions, and you just have, it's called extreme climate experiences,
By the
all
way,
controlled and safe.
minus 36 Celsius or minus 32.8 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's fucking cold.
So that was
I
my
like the
idea.
idea. So I don't know how to monetize this because, like, honestly,
Bro,
the cost
they
must
pay
be
for it, bro. Hell yeah.
but it's super expensive. But I think it would be a really, really cool experience, just like for all those
I mean, think about it.
crazy
Once you
people.
have it, it's not that expensive. You have sand packed in there. Okay, the
The
blizzard
heat,
one, the snow. But
the
heat is
heat.
like a sauna, man. Just make it smaller. Like use the AC heat that you have already in the blizzard blowing. Use that to warm up the rest, bro. Because the fucking AC is gonna be hot as hell.
That's true. That's true. It's
So you just
interesting
gotta be
one.
smart with it. But I think it's super interesting. And then also the heat, you can use then also for the tropical region and whatever you can think of. You can have all these kind of sections and survival camps. Man, it's like the people that spend 10 grand on a silence retreat. How about a survival retreat, motherfucker? We'll see if you survive till tomorrow. It's like do it a 7-day retreat, and it's like, hey, yoga in the Sahara and then night in the tundra. I don't know, man. I think that'll be fucking sick.
Instead of a 7-day no speaking retreat, it's just like 7 days. You only eat what you hunt.
Oof. Well, not. I wouldn't. I mean, there's no hunting. That's super small, bro.
That is
But
true.
think about it. It's just like, hey, all right, team, we're going on a company retreat. Everyone's like, yeah. And it's like, survival of the fittest, motherfucker. And then you get thrown into like, you throw a dice and every day it changes. Or maybe it changes every fucking, no, that would be too crazy. No, but something like that.
I mean, just 2 floors up and then you have freezer. I have a freezer
Bro,
there. So
fuck yeah. I'd be like, hell yeah. If I was a rich bitch, I would go there, man. I'd be like, hell yeah. Sign me up. Come on, that's a good idea. It's an interesting, it's a crazy idea.
It's a crazy idea. It's definitely something I don't think would work, but I think it's a cool idea for sure. And you pitch it well. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it, right? So I like it.
Thank you. I know.
All right. I think that's a part, Mark. Or you have any other crazy idea?
Nah, no more.
Oh, wait. We always forget this part. So I want to remind you of the good old
Twins agreement.
Exactly. What is the Twins agreement, you wonder? Well, thank you for asking, guys. Very simple. You just go on YouTube, press the subscribe button, and of course, if you like it, share it with a friend, give a thumbs up. If not, let us know also in the comment sections. Hope you like it, and of course, catch you next one. Peace.